Hi, my name is Nikki Whiltshire, and I'm originally from Missouri, and we've been in Florida for a couple of years now, and this is...
Darren Whiltshire. Again, I'm Nikki's husband. I'm originally from England, so I moved here 17 years ago.
Yeah.
So, been here a while.
So shortly after we moved here, I was looking for a church for my kids. We had an awesome church back home in Missouri. Big shout out to Woodland Hills Family Church in Branson, Missouri. We loved it. We've been there for 12, 13 years. Our kids were blessed there. And so we had to find something very similar to that. So we looked and we went to one or two. And then I posted in the Facebook group here for our community. We'd only been here for a month at that point. And I think it was Josh, actually. He commented and said, hey, you should check out Voyage, because I was looking for something with lots of praise and worship. That's our most favorite part of church. And so somebody commented on church, hadn't even been here yet. So Darren was actually back in town from working on the road, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go meet this couple and kind of see what they've got planned for this church that they're gonna be bringing to town. I think they're from Louisiana or something, and he...
Yeah, so Nikki's a social butterfly, I'm not, but so she tells me that, hey, we're gonna meet this couple in a coffee shop, right? And we're gonna talk about starting a church, and I'm like, oh gosh, like what kind of program are you gonna get me involved into? So anyway, I was kind of reluctant to go at first, but anyway,
yeah,
we went along. We met John and Shauna Till.
And Baby Canyon.
Baby Canyon, he was 6 months old in his car seat sitting on the table. Yes. And what turned out to be a 30-minute meeting with them ended up being 2 or 3 hours. Jesus already spoke to us and said, we're in. We're just in. We're in this. We already said yes. We didn't even really know. That's it. We just do them from the coffee shop meet. Yeah, so we've been with Voyage from day one. I was on the road driving stuff, so when I was back, I would help out as much as I could. And Nikki was with them when they had service on the beach. We had service at KOA.
And a couple other locations. And
yeah, just been on from there.
So there was a lot of things that were going on with our marriage. One thing, though, I can remember, and I really wholeheartedly believe it was God brought this little girl into my life, because I was actually I was a coach for the soccer team, which I've never done in my life, for Millie, our daughter. And this one girl, she was just really having a rough time, and she started crying because her parents were getting a divorce. And Darren and I were I was ready to get a divorce. I actually contacted a lawyer and everything. I just couldn't do it anymore. So when she said that, though, I was like, we are being so selfish. And so I was like, you know what? No, we're gonna make this work. It's gonna be great. We've been together for 17 years. We've been married for 17 years. We've had, ups and downs all through the 17 years, but we're supposed to be together. I told him the first night we met, we were soulmates. So, and I was right, so.
So moving here and trying to find another church that we could be rooted into was difficult for us. When Voyage came along, just our lives completely changed. My spiritual life changed. Just knowing John and the way he talks about the Lord and explains everything, we're really able to get into what God is about and understand it. And I've just never felt so rooted in a church and felt so like we belong. I've always struggled too with kind of giving, because maybe I haven't really understood the whole purpose really behind it and the meaning really behind it before, or really maybe even believed in. Maybe it was even just believed in the church that we was at. But since we've been at Voyage, I even actually talked to John about it once a time, just to kind of try and get his view on it. And he's got a really good explanation for it. But since we've been at Voyage and we've been able to give, I've never questioned it. It's just, it's okay. I've never questioned it. I've just felt more comfortable with it. And we just give as well with what we're called to give. You know, I was helping out on the surf crew myself, and but I was on the road a lot, so I was back and forth. And unfortunately, back in 2022, end of March 22, someone decided to run a stop sign on a 65 mile an hour right across me. I had nowhere to go, just crash into them, and it was tough. Prior to that, I'll tell you a little bit, it's kind of weird, but on the way up to pick this trailer, which was in Texas, I almost got hit by lightning, and then I went through the parts of a tornado. Funny enough, I was talking to Nikki and my mom, and I said to them, man, is this like a sign that I should turn around and just come back home? And I didn't, carried on. And the next day, my life changed.
Yeah, it was about 9 o'clock at night, and I was 4 hours away.
Yeah.
And all of our phones went off. Thank you, Life 360.
Yeah, I shouldn't really be here today. I probably should be. I mean, every doctor told me I should be dead. It was 65 high speed crash. So I hit another truck, and they were pulling another trailer. And so I had the airbag go off, the impact, then their trailer hit me on the side, and then my trailer came through the back window. So I remember just screeching, crunching, and then traveling for a while in the dark. And then it stopped and it was silent. And I said to myself, am I still alive? You know, am I still here? And I couldn't believe it. I looked down, I wasn't bleeding, it wasn't nothing. And then I just said that, you know, the Lord is looking out for me right now. There's just no way in the world I survived this crash without the Lord being by my side. So at that point, the truck was smoking. There was a lot of smoke in the car, and I could smell burning, and I was trapped, couldn't get out. I had to climb through into the back of the truck, through the glass, open the door, and then I fell out through the back door onto the ground. And I remember just rolling on the ground, crawling, and I look back and I just see this mess. It's just crumpled mess. Every day I thank God that I'm here, because I really shouldn't be. But our lives changed from that point, you know. I wasn't home much, and now I'm home every day. Our family has grown from almost getting divorced to just really being rooted in the Lord, rooted in Christ, rooted in Voyage Church. It wasn't for Jesus, it wasn't for them. We wouldn't be together for one, and we could be so different. I mean, I may not even been in that spot, and it could be on another complete journey. I don't know, but I'm thankful for being here. I'm here for a reason. I walked away with no real superficial injuries at the time. You know, I had no cuts, no bruises. I was hurting, but it wasn't bad. You know, I didn't think it was bad, but when the adrenaline started to go, that's when things started to change for me, and I realized that I was hurting pretty good. But Nikki, she come save me. She drove 4 hours in the middle of the night to come up and get me. I was in the middle of nowhere. The next day I went back and we saw the wreck, and it really, seeing the truck in the daylight and the trailer really made me understand that, you know, the Lord was working and said, not today. Not today is not the day the devil gets me. and said that I have a purpose and that He will protect me even in the darkest of times. I changed the way I pray to, I talk. I don't sit there and ask for this, ask for that, or ask for this for somebody else. I talk to Jesus like He's a friend of mine, like He's a close buddy, brother, however you want to label it. But and we just chat, and I just ask them, hey, how do I fix this, or I don't know how today's going. I don't know how I'm surviving, but I'm here, and I'll just sit there and talk. And to be honest with you, I've had some weird conversations, but it's worked, and it's, I think, being that more open to the Lord and seeking different ways to just be connected has really worked for me, and worked for our family for sure.
Our church family has helped us so much with meals through the first part of the surgeries that Darren's had to have, and it's been really, really hard on our whole entire family. And then even other people in our community here have been so great, so helpful in helping us get through these past year and a half. So we're so grateful. And every day I'm like, it's only by the grace of God that we're making it.
This is
the gospel.